So I want to give you an update on the trading system I'm trying to build with stocks, which is obviously it's not my domain. I'm more of a futures options kind of trader, specifically futures options for the past quite a few years. But things have been pretty tough with commodities lately, especially with the whole Iran situation. So I think a few months ago I started slowly working on figuring out what I can do with stocks, and I think I have something that is worth sharing at this point. So these are all the close trades that I've done basically this week as I'm making this video, and this is all demo trades, right? So not real trades, but obviously I treated them as if I have, for example, a $100,000 account. I made sure that I enter at the right time, I exit, I make my, kind of the same decision making I would make with the actual money that I manage. So far, what has really worked well for me is basically looking for stocks where they are uptrending, at least for the past few months or for the past few years, and looking for a break, basically a breakout in the price, and only then waiting for a pullback. But when the breakout happens, I would, I would note the stock. I would just use Finviz, go through each and every one of them. Basically, I only look at large cap stocks, and then I would go and I would read the news and see, okay, what's going on. I can read the news. I usually read the news on Google because there's not much on TradingView here for all of the stocks. Some of them, yes, some of them are not so populated with news. So I go and see what's going on, what's going on with the company, at least for the past few months, and based on that, I put it in my watch list and kind of watch to see, wait for a pullback to enter a position. So this is a position I entered. It went like all the way up to like 1-to-1, and then I moved the stop loss to 0, and then it hit my stop loss. So I ended up exiting at the break even on this trade. And with this kind of just, I guess it's simple, but at the same time, you do have to like read fundamentals. It's a lot of reading. It's actually a lot of work, way more than I anticipated. But with this kind of process, I've been able to make like over 10%, even though it's on demo, obviously. And it's only so far in this month, and it's only been 10 days in a month for the most part, right? So it's pretty good. And I'm risking only 0.5% to make 1.5% per position. So trying to be pretty conservative. Maybe I'll just go even lower on the risk side. But for now, this is just what I've been doing on demo account. So this is a loss, obviously, but I have quite a few wins. So we have a stock that trends upwards. We had a break here. We had another day where the price went up, and then we had a pullback. It was a good enough pullback for me to enter, and obviously price kind of went up from there. Same thing over here, kind of going up, and most of the trades are basically like it. So like another breakout. Took it a few days to pull back, and then I would enter on a pullback with a very tiny stop loss, like a super tight stop loss. Also, obviously, I've done a lot of back testing, and a super tight stop loss is good enough for the vast majority of the positions. So this is another trade that worked out pretty well. This is also a trade actually I talked about in my previous video, and I ended up entering when price pulled back right at the close of this candle. I entered. And the reason I treated it as a pullback because the price went up all the way to 112 and then pulled back to 110 basically. So sometimes the pullback happens within the same day. Sometimes it takes 2 days for a pullback to happen. Sometimes the pullback doesn't happen at all, right? So I always want to wait for a pullback. And here there was also a pretty good fundamental catalyst. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it's Meta committed to paying this company like $2 billion for providing more energy for the AI data centers. But it's just very, very bullish news. Obviously, it was a good entry and it was a pretty good trade. This trade actually I closed today. It ended up, or not today, sorry, actually it closed yesterday. So it's Friday when I'm making this video. So again, it got pretty high up, and then I moved the stop loss to break even, and he ended up getting out on break even. This is, these 4 positions, I just decided just to close them, because this position is also, it has the stop loss at break even and it's up a little bit. I just decided to close it today. And kind of the same thing with this position, where it was you can see the same thing, a pullback on the same day. It was a pretty good entry, and price got pretty close today to the full profit target, so I just decided to close it. Again, these are things that I will do in real life, for the most part. Same thing over here. It was a pullback on the same day. I was pretty happy with the pullback. I was pretty happy with how the price is moving. And at the same time, I realized, the take profit is pretty far away, right? So it might take it quite a while to get there. So I decided to just close the position, take the profit off the table for now. And this position, kind of the same thing. It almost got to the profit target today. It was a pretty good entry. It was a pullback on the same day. I entered the following day, when price actually just got right over here. I entered right away, to the same close as the previous day, and obviously price jumped quite a bit. It gapped up a lot the following day, 6.5%, and then another 3%, and then another almost 1%. So I decided to close this position. So I have quite a few of the stocks on a watch list, and all of them are kind of the same thing. They have been trading upward for quite a long time. It's a break, but for the most part, there are no pullbacks. So let's just go through each and every one. You can see no pullbacks over here, no pullbacks over here. Same thing over here. Really no significant pullbacks after the initial break. So price just kind of keeps going up. So maybe there won't be any opportunities here, and prices will keep going up. Same thing over here. So these are all watch list stocks. So here we do have a pullback. And this one I'm not sure about, to be quite honest. I'm probably not going to enter it. If the pullback would have been a bit lower, probably yes. So we'll see if it's going to pull back a bit more. I might enter, but not too much. If it's going to pull back a lot into this range, then I'm not going to enter. If it's going to go up, then it's going to go up. Then I'm just going to, I guess, miss a trade, which is totally fine. I'm not trying to catch them all. And here it's kind of the same thing. Technically it did pull back on. Well, it didn't actually. It just opened with a gap up. So not much to be looking at. Here it's a very small pullback. So same thing. I would have been pretty happy if I could see a much better pullback before entering any positions. Same thing over here, pretty small pullback. Here we have no pullbacks. This is just the stocks that I added today. They just broke their channel. 1, 2, I think we have 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them that broke the channel. Well, this one has been actually up for a few days, and we have a light, which is also the same thing, up for a few days. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of very similar to, for the most part, the analysis that I do for commodities, where I just look for any kind of price movement, or for the fundamentals, because fundamentals are really important with commodities. I think they are also pretty important with stocks, but with stocks I think also depends on where is the momentum, if there's any money flowing into the business, if the business been doing well for the past few months, and if yes, you definitely have a high probability trade. As you can see from all of these trades, I think there's only like one loss. Actually, I don't remember which one. I think no, this one was break. No, I think this one was actually a loss, a full loss. It wasn't a break even. So there's one loss, one break even over here. Yep. So it's not too bad, I guess, especially when you risk 1 to make 3. I think it's gonna be pretty good. So I'll keep you posted. Obviously, I plan to start implementing it probably in a few weeks. I've done a pretty extensive back test, and it's been very good results. And at the very, very worst, if you just do it randomly, you'll end up basically probably break even minus fees, just because of how numbers work. So I think the risk here is really not taking the risk at this point, but still want to give it a few, maybe 1, 2 more weeks, and just go from there, and start doing it with the family fund that I manage. Basically, all of my I guess family investors, they agreed to it. They already saw the results. They've been following the results, and they're pretty happy with it. And they gave it a go. So I'll keep you posted, and we'll see how it goes. So thank you again. Hopefully this video was useful to you, and I'll catch you in the next one.